Do you wish that you could customize the way your Google Calendar looks and feels? Well, in today's video, I'm showing you 7 tips and tricks so that you can look at your schedule the way that you want. But first, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, SameBox. SameBox is the email tool to help you keep your inbox under control. Why so few emails here? That's because SameBox is using artificial intelligence to help filter out my email. I particularly like the Sane Later folder where I can go back and look at unimportant emails as it learns the way that I deal with my messages. If you'd like to try SameBox for yourself and receive a special credit, go to samebox.com/simpletivity. Let's get started with tip number 1, and we're talking about the different views here within the calendar. You may already be familiar with the drop down here where we can toggle between a day view or a month view. You can even set a custom view here, for example, to see just the next 4 days out, or you can go into settings and change how many days out you'd like this customized view to be. But where I want you to pay your attention to are the letters on the right-hand side here, and you can see that they correlate with that particular view. So for example, if I want to go to my day view, all I have to do is press D on my keyboard. Week view, W, back to day, D, month view, M, and I can toggle back and forth as quickly and as easily as I like. So if you don't want to use this drop down here in the top of the screen, just use the shortcut keys which are assigned on the right hand side here. The other thing that I like to point out is that if this is your work calendar, or if you don't want to see the weekends, you can always uncheck show weekends and you can see more of your calendar in a given space. So depending on how you're using your calendar, you can customize if you want to show or hide your weekends by choosing that option. Now let's stick with shortcut keys. And the next one I want to give you here is G, and G as in go to. If you hit G on your keyboard, you're going to get this little window here. And here you can type in any date you want. So let's say, for example, I'm planning to spend maybe Christmas with someone in 2021. Not this Christmas, but next Christmas. So I'm just going to type in December 21st, 2021, hit enter on my keyboard, and immediately I am brought to that date. If I want to hit G again and say, what's happening later this year on Halloween, October 31st, I can go directly to that date. So instead of going in here to the left-hand side and always having to click over and over and over, maybe the top of the screen, over and over, you can just hit G on your keyboard and go immediately to that date. What's happening a year from now? Well, this is a test calendar, so I don't have an awful lot going on a year from now, but you can do so. That also brings me to my next shortcut key, which is T as in today. If I hit T on my keyboard, I will automatically go back to today. So whether I'm reviewing something in the past or whether I'm going fast forward into the future, I can just hit T on my keyboard and go immediately back to today. Now, the next one on our list has to do with a different view when we are creating a new event. So let's say I'm here on the 24th and I'm going to click on this space to create a new event. Nothing special here, although a few enhancements have been made in the past year. Now I can start typing in my event name and everything else that I want to include in this event. However, one of the things that I find that is most tedious is if I want to come in here and start changing the start time or the end time, because I got to click on this and then go through down through a few different options, right? I got to say, actually, no, this starts at 3. And then I got to come over here and say, actually, no, it's a 1.5 hour meeting. However, in the top right-hand corner of this dialog, we have an option to dock this to the sidebar. And if I click this option, it's going to now give me a day view for the day that I've included that event. But now you can see I can actually drag this view up and down. I can drag it to a place where it's maybe more appropriate or where I want it to be. The other thing is I can change the duration as well. So if I want to make this to an hour event, I can do so and say, actually, let's tuck that in right in there. So instead of using the drop-down options here, I can use my drag and drop options to adjust the time frame here. And sometimes it's just nice to see your daily view here on the right-hand side while you're filling out information here on the left-hand side. So depending on your event, you may want to try this dock view in the top left-hand side of your screen. Now, the next one on our list is something that is quite new and something that I've started to use a lot more frequently, and that has to do with incorporating a map view here within Google Calendar. Now, quite often I will try to include the address or the actual location of the place that I need to be. I find this most helpful because I'm traveling with my smartphone, and if you click this on your smartphone, it's automatically going to open up the Maps app. But here within the desktop version of Google Calendar, you'll notice on the right-hand side, we actually have a Maps view. If you open it up, you'll get a miniature Maps view of what's going on here. So let's say that I'm not sure where this lunch is taking place. If I click on this event and then click on the map, what's going to happen is on the right-hand side, it's going to bring up that address. And I can say, oh, Anton's, yeah, I know where that is. I know how much time I need to get myself to get to that location. Here's another lunch I have set up later in the week. If I click on this, and again, I'm going to click on the address here, it's immediately going to bring up this miniature map on the right-hand side. And if I want to, I can even see the reviews and other pieces of information that's down below as well. So if you happen to have address or location information within your event, not only is this going to be helpful to you on your mobile device, but it's going to be helpful to you here within the desktop view as well. Next up, we want to talk about time zones. And I know for most of us, we are often working with either clients or colleagues that are in a different time zone than us. But on the left-hand side, by default, you're only going to see the one time zone. You're going to see your local time zone. Well, let's see if we can change that, or shall I say enhance that. Up in settings, we want to click the gear icon, then we want to click settings. And on the left-hand side, we want to click on time zone. Now here we have the option to display a secondary time zone. You're going to have to check this box first, and then down below you can check or select any other time zone that you like. So here I am going to select Eastern time, but you can also customize the label. So I'm just going to say Eastern ET as in Eastern time here. Okay, that's going to be the label that I want to see on my screen. So if I go back to my calendar here, now you can see I've got home, which of course is where I am currently, but now I've got Eastern time here as well. So no longer do I need to do the math, or if I'm on a phone call and says something like, hey Scott, can you meet at 4 p.m. Eastern time, I can just look at my calendar, say, yeah, 4 p.m. Eastern, yeah, looks open. Sure, we can definitely set up a meeting at that time. So this can be really helpful, especially if there's a particular time zone that you're needing to calculate or figure out what their time is as well. But let's look at another way in which we can utilize time zones or take advantage of time zones here on Google Calendar. If we go back to settings, we're going to stay here in this time zone area. Actually, we're going to come down to the world clock, which is just below. And here we can check this box that says Show World Clock. Now, of course, you can choose how many of these different times that you would like to display, and you can customize which ones you want to display. I'm just going to leave them at the default here. For this example, we're going to show the UK, we're going to show Alaska, and we're going to show New York. Now, if we go back, nothing has changed in this area here. We still have Eastern time displayed, but on the left-hand side, we have a live world clock. So now, if I need to debate, like, is it too late to call someone in the UK? 5:56. Someone might still be in the office. Yeah, it's all right. I can give them a phone call there right now. So you can have a live world clock here on the left-hand side of your screen. Now, I'd love to hear from you next. What are some of your favorite Google Calendar view settings, or what's a question that you have about Google Calendar? Be sure to let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Don't forget to subscribe right here to the Simpletivity channel. And remember, being productive does not need to be difficult. In fact, it's very simple.